So nice bass heavy exhaust note. This is the thumb or double barrel exhaust. Hi there guys, welcome to Dino's World and welcome to my first ride impression of the Scrambler 400X. Everyone has been waiting for it, including me, to get my hands on it and get to be able to ride it, because from the day one this was the most impressive motorcycle of the lot, and of course it looked the part, and we all know Triumph is capable of translating that looks into amazing handling and amazing riding pleasure. So for now, let's turn around, let's not waste any more time. Let's learn about what is different from the Speed 400. Now this is a motorcycle I've been riding since morning. This is the other color variant, the red and black. Both of them look absolutely stunning and classy, but somehow this is the accessorized variant. I'll talk about it in a moment. And then you have this green color which looks absolutely stunning, reminiscent of the 1200 Big Brother. So now first the things that you need to note. What is different from the Speed 400? The rake angle is different. It is slightly differently positioned. You can see the taller handlebar. You have some risers kind of them installed in here, so the handle is wider and taller. And you also have long travel suspension, which is a hallmark of a Scrambler. We need to have that to call it a proper Scrambler. And how much suspension travel? It is 150 mm front and 150 mm at the back. And also the Speed 400 comes with 17 inches at both ends. This one gets 19-inch front wheel and a 17-inch rear, and this is a 140 section rear tire, whereas Speed gets a 150 section wider rear tire. Also the exhaust is different. We have a double barrel exhaust here, whereas the Speed 400 gets a single exhaust, but you have the accessory of going with a double barrel exhaust later on with add-on accessories. Now talking about the power plant, here you have the TR series 400cc engine, the 400cc single fuel injected liquid cooled motor that puts out around 40 PS of max power and 37.5 Newton meters of max torque. 6-speed gearbox, one of the most smoothest, most slick shifting gearbox that I've come across in this segment. Again, the tank looks neatly painted. You have the tank grips here, very again neatly laid out, the Triumph insignia, and you also have a tank pad over here, if I can recall, but you also have an offset tank fuel lid, E20 compliant, BS6 phase 2 OBD2 compliant model. So all the ethanol benefits I've reiterated multiple times. It is rich in oxygen levels, so combustion efficiency is more optimized, so the mileage is going to be better, the throttle response is going to be better, the refinement is going to be better. Then it has the natural composition of cleaning the fuel injectors, natural character. Ethanol cleans the fuel injectors over a period of time. So E20 is 20% ethanol premix with the fuel, which is what you will be getting in the fuel stations anytime now. We actually get 10% ethanol premix currently. So another thing, third point, is that it also acts as an additive which enhances or boosts the overall performance of the vehicle and also improves the fuel economy. So this was about the ethanol characteristics. Then the saddle height is 835 mm and it is not too intimidating, trust me. It has a slim profile tank, though it's a 13-liter tank, and still it makes you feel comfortable while riding it. Then the ground clearance is different. Again, you have 195 mm of ground clearance and it feels sufficient enough. You also have a belly pan or a bash plate, metal bash plate, so that's really good. And in terms of sprocket differences, so usually you have 43 15 in the Speed 400. This one gets 43 14. So either you put one tooth extra in the rear sprocket or you decrease one tooth in the front sprocket. It has the same effect of increasing the overall acceleration and initial torque. So they have reduced one tooth up front. So instead of 43 15 on the Speed, this one gets 43 14 sprocket. So then you have the offset monoshock, which is again gas charged offset monoshock. Very comfortable, very good ride quality. And tires are from MRF block pattern tires, so this is something you need to note. And they've been specially developed for this motorcycle, and they do the job for you. So these are the differences. Almost all the aspects I've tried to cover for you guys. This is the other color, and this is the accessorized variant. Now I already featured it. Again, I'm trying to do a recall of that featured this thing accessorized variant. Now the best part I like, if I were to buy this motorcycle, the first thing I'll slap on is the lifted up front fender. Now this is a two-piece accessory, I believe, because if you see the standard fender, it has kind of a brushed aluminum finish here and it looks super premium, but this one has aluminum finish. It is an aluminum part, I believe, and then you have an extra shortened mudguard below it to do the job. So this is what adds a proper scrambler character, and this is the first thing I'm going to add if I buy this bike. Yeah, talking about the brakes, 320mm disc on the Scrambler 400X as opposed to the 300mm disc on the Speed 400. I also love this number plate kind of thing on enduro motorcycles. Like how it all started, well, a bunch of homies or you can say riding junkies or off-road junkies, what they did back in the 60s was stripped the motorcycles of all the unnecessary weight, like the panels and everything, made it bare naked, and then shortened the mudguard, lifted up the mudguard, and tried to go racing across the hills. And ultimately, if you can see, some people commented, what a scram. So that is how the name Scrambler came into existence. Now if you see here, this is the accessorized variant. You have saddle bag, luggage with saddle stay, soft luggage, and you have a top box which is very much capable of holding a lot of stuff. Then you have tail bag here and a tank bag, which is of very good quality as well. Is it a magnetic tank bag? Yeah, it's a magnetic tank bag. And there are a lot of ifs and buts. And this is the stainless steel exhaust, double barrel exhaust. Almost feels like the same one, but maybe has a different kind of rumble to it. Do we have a key here? We don't have the key, but anyway, the exhaust note is something that I'll try to give you now in a moment. So let's just turn it on. I hope it's in neutral. Okay, so nice bass heavy exhaust note. This is the thumb or double barrel exhaust. And that concludes the overview of the Scrambler 400X, and including the color variant and the accessorized variant. Try to feature everything for you guys. Yeah, you have a windscreen, fly screen as well. I don't know how far it's going to protect you from the wind, but it is there for namesake. But anyway, this is the overview. And next we're going to ride the motorcycle, and I'm going to tell you how it feels to ride. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hit the road and let's see how it feels to ride in the real world conditions. Okay guys, so here is the Scrambler 400X, the ultimate scram machine that you have been waiting for, that you and I have been waiting for. And boy, I just finished the Telugu review and I've been riding it since morning. What a machine, man. I mean, this is a machine that will make you fall in love almost instantly. You have all the options. This is off-road, that is ABS in off-road mode, and if you want to turn it off completely, you have turned off ABS completely, and that by default turns off the traction control is what they say. And then you have now you can see long pressing the button turns off traction control. Then you go into off-road ABS mode by default, long press it, ABS is on, long press it again, it's an off-road, and now ABS is off, which actually by default turns off traction control. is what they say. So for now, let's just go ahead and enjoy the bike. Oh, goodness gracious, what a machine, what a refinement, man. I mean, last time I rode the Speed 400, I instantly fell in love. Almost everyone is. I read one person's account who booked the Speed 400, had some issues with the delivery, but as he was riding it back home, the guy was so damn impressed with the refinement and the handling of the machine that he forgot everything. That is what these Triumph twins do to you. They kind of captivate your senses. They make you fall in love with them almost instantly. That's the kind of riding pleasure they have on offer. So the chassis geometry is different, the rake angle is different, the handlebars are wider, the seat is taller, they have long travel suspension. Let's take a little bit of a small rough patch here. It's a piece of cake for this one. There's absolutely nothing. So you don't get quick shifter or navigation or other goodies, but you get a proper scrambler. You get long travel suspension with 150 mm of travel front and rear, 43 mm USD forks, and traction control which is switchable, ABS which is switchable. I mean, you can actually go with off-road mode ABS, which means first ABS is switched off only on the rear wheel, the front wheel will still be operational, but then you have the option to switch off ABS completely, which also disables traction control, and then you can go all out playing through the dirt. And that's what defines a proper scrambler. And playing through the dirt, or riding through the dirt, or ravaging through the dirt, that's how the Scram concept was born in the 60s. But then they've carried the essence, the true essence of the Scrambler in this 400cc affordable model, and I can assure you that this will be their best-selling Scrambler to date. And it can also become the best-selling Scrambler ever in the world, because that's how well made it is in terms of refinement, in terms of torque. Now, first of all, it's a 400cc single fuel injected engine, liquid cooled, and it puts out 40 PS of max power and 37.5 Newton meters of max torque, 6-speed gearbox. And the best part is the torque is available from as low as 3000 RPM onwards, all the way up to 9000 RPM. So this is a wheelie machine. I mean, it wheelies at will, and the kind of fun it has on offer, the kind of quick overtakes you can perform, the kind of jumps you can do on this is like something. You have to ride it to believe it. You have to ride it to fall in love. It's like love at first ride, you can say, instead of love at first sight. I mean, this thing is beyond imagination in terms of offering supreme riding pleasure. Now, there have been some teething issues with the Speed 400s that have been launched. The speedo is not very accurate, but then they have fixed that, is what I got to know with the program update, and now it's close to being accurate. And yeah, see, the ergonomics are so well sorted, you can keep riding this all day long without feeling fatigued. You have slipper clutch to watch your back, you have ride-by-wire throttle without any latency, crisp throttle response, instant throttle response, and rev-happy throttle response. And then of course a 13-liter tank, which is not too much, I mean, too puny, so they've given the right kind of balance. And the seat height, I think I've given you a quick overview in the walk around. You can go check that out before the ride impression starts. Now, I can't do a top speed run here, but we've done some off-roading on this. Now, because this is uncharted territory and I'm not very aware of which trail leads to where, I've just kept myself a little precarious. But apart from that, this thing is incredible in every which way you can think of. I mean, it's fast, it's agile, it's refined, it's responsive, it's safe. I mean, it watches your back. And this one, many people don't understand what this is for. This is more like an airbag, because recently a friend of mine had bought an off-road bike, and it was more of an enduro bike, and he crashed on that, and that genius had actually removed this. I don't know what he was having in mind, but he crashed and he hit his chest on the handlebar. So this is primarily to protect you if you crash, to prevent any chest impact, so to prevent your ribs from being broken. So we have long trailers here, so got to be a little watchful on the winding roads. Let's see who's coming on the other side. It's virtually blind corners. 3 trailers back to back. Okay. Moving at snail's pace. I got stuck like Mr. Bean behind a granny. But anyway, now coming back to the machine itself, I mean, I'm so damn tempted to buy this one for myself. Yes, I love my Adventure 390. It's like the perfect ADV machine in the affordable range, do it all machine, and everyday rideability as well. But this one is far more effortless. It's lighter, it just weighs 185 kilos wet, and I mean, seat height is not too imposing for me. I'm used to riding taller bikes and heavier bikes, so this one is not at all intimidating for me. And it's all about just getting the knack, getting to know the knack, and then you will be able to play around, just getting used to it, getting a hang of the machine, and a little bit of body balance techniques, and then you're off to, you know, have the time of your lifetime on this machine. Handguards are well positioned, the mirrors are well placed, off a good field of view. And actually, I'll just ride you to the actual accessorized version. So this one, my friend, is the actual accessorized model. As you can see, the front mudguard gets a different kind of mudguard, and it has an aluminium finish for top peak and a shortened black color mudguard up front. And then of course the seat covers also look lavish. So I'm not going to slap on so much of luggage on mine if I buy one. All I got to do is put that lifted up mudguard, and then I'm off flying, doing wheelies and jumps all around my neighborhood. But that's what it is. Hope you enjoyed this ride along with me. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.